We've also unlocked these places. What does the mobster want? I've been accused of laundering money. Me? Can you believe that? We can have a family business's question. This must be countered and legitimized. Go print these 3 advertisements next time and keep crime out for a week. Print no crime and print any number of mafia stories for 1k each. Who said anything about dirty money? Interesting. So if I can get my grubby hands on mafia stories, whoa, Nelly. But of course, it's mostly a matter of not printing crime, that's it. So let's go for a district that doesn't really want crime. Boat discount. We haven't really traveled via boat anywhere so far. I like the idea of getting a painting straight up. You know, I also like the idea of getting page fall. Yes, and what exactly... The problem with that is I'm going to need space to even put that module anywhere. And I'm desperately running out of space. I would need another floor to accommodate everything. So perhaps it's for the best that I can't quite afford this yet. I have the world map in a big globe. That was quite difficult to get. I can get the scales to help a lawyer. Desk clamps are an option, but I don't have desk space. Politics book cases, I do not have the space. 5th telegraphing space, I would love that, but I don't have the space. Wide lamps. That would be handy, wouldn't it? And big fans. Those might be the most useful things to acquire. Let's experiment with them. Alright, I got stuff from Richmond. It's the next step. Educational, unveiling, inspiring, tragic. Those are very advanced things. Gruesome dirt society. Gruesome stories are mostly in crime, and I'm not supposed to print anything about crime, so let's not. Newark, inspiring stories about society. We can go with that. I already have these stories. Let's focus on printing mafia stories, but no crime. Yes, and then let's save up enough money, get another page module and another floor. That's the plan for now. So we're printing society, and we're going for an inspiring story. We are going with this basically no matter what. That's the economy though. Fine, put it on page 3. Oh, this is gonna go away. It's gonna contradict our agenda. Well, away goes the investigative story about the warehouse blaze then. This goes on the front page until I find something better. They want society stories, I'll give them society stories. Yeah, let's go through all the society stories out there and then we'll seek something else. Possibly. Well, since we are going with an economy story anyway, we could prioritize economy, but we shall see. Let's focus on society first. We shall see where that leads. Oh, and speaking of... Speaking of what? Speaking of something, I guess. Let's install these wide lamps, I guess. What, is that it? The cheaper? Is that the only positive side to them? Certainly appears to be the case. Can I actually sell these for a reasonable price? How much do I get? Half the money I've spent buying them. Oh dear. I guess I could. It's not that big of a deal, I guess. I think they have enough light for now. What about those big fans? They deal with a lot of things. Oh boy, do they deal with a lot of things. Do they not? A big fan, eh? Yes, you are. Ah, I can't collide with the lamp, whatever. What? Oh no, come on. No, not like this. Ah. I get it, of course. I can put a small little fan over here. Right, it's just the heat now. I've almost solved the problem. Let's see. I know I'm taking ovens from here. I will eventually endeavor to take them from elsewhere, but for now I just want to check if this can even work in principle. Really? Suddenly you can function here? Incredible. Oh my goodness. Absolutely mind-blowing. Right, now I need to deal with this place, I guess. All I have are the acoustic panels to deal with the noise. So the noise is not gonna get dealt with. And then, of course, there's the heat problem. At least it's a bit less uncomfortable. Might be the best I can actually do under the circumstances. Of course, the alternative is to spread them out and try to dissipate as much as you can around each and every one of the machines. Otherwise, they just make matters worse for one another, with every single one of the generating heat and the heat compounding to such an extent that there's basically no earthly way to dissipate it. Alright. So that's the way things stand for now. How are we doing on those stories? Are we focusing? Yes, we're focusing. We are focusing on society, and we are supposed to print mafia stories without printing crime. Few things are easier than not printing. With plenty of those lovely influence points. Monthly expenses, newspaper earnings, next month's balance. I see. Those newspaper earnings, those are subscriptions purely, aren't they? I need Henrietta on the job. I think we might need even more paper, as ludicrous as this may seem. So I'm ordering more paper. How about coal? I think we have enough to go around. Just a bit of food. I might order some more. I can afford that. Ooh, plenty of stories indeed. Alright. Oh boy, can I actually pick? Yes. I can choose to avoid the crime aspect of the story and just go for the adventurous, inspiring society part. Gusty winds hinder firefighters. Chris, deal with this. Efforts to contain delayed for now. It's hard to hear me over the wind. Alright. Education and the church. Anything could happen. Could be a miracle. Presumably it's gonna be an item. Education belongs to the church. Sounds conservative. I don't know, sounds more like indoctrination to me, but hey, what do I know? We can go down this path and it'll lead to crime, so to speak. Or we can go down the economy path, and that is what we shall do. Warehouse Blaze sparks economic. Come on, people. How many times? How many warehouses are you going to set on fire, realistically? The country should be out of warehouses by now. With this trajectory. Charlotte, deal with this angle. Recovery long and arduous. We're at the brink of bankruptcy, says someone. Says some schmuck out there. Aha, society story. Take your new medicine, Alka-Seltzer. Tell me more about this wonder drug. It can be a tragic story, a story about the economy. People want inspiring stories, not tragic stories. Society, economy. Yes. Well, first of all, let's cover the society angle. No more headaches with the new miracle medicine. Wow, that's mind-blowing. Though in a good way. The end of headaches? How can we possibly get rid of that? What are you... You're gonna tell me next that you can get rid of the common cold? As if. I'll believe it when I see it. We're still working on typesetting this. Lovely. We're so far behind. But hey, we could hypothetically print this. No one's stopping me. It's just pathetic. But we could print this. I mean, if I wanted to, I could fill page 3 with articles right here, right now. Articles about sports defeats. And such. Alright, Dennis, deal with this. Last minute evacuations order this. Firestorm approaches. You can go to the cathedral. There's a risk of a lawsuit. Oh no! Politics revealing. Bernard, handle this. And we got smacked with a lawsuit. Was this a secret? The Pope in discussion with the government. I don't know, guys. I thought it was a separation between the church and state. Alright then, Mr. Miles. Do we have any other tragic stories out there that we want to print? Not really. How about we diversify and focus on the economy angle? Mildred, get on it. Medicine Company makes big bucks selling the Cure-It-All. Yes, we just got hit by a smooth lawsuit. Guys, where are the mafia stories? It's Tuesday already, and I see no mafia stories out there. New planet is found. Fascinating. Chris, cover this. Next step is to measure the size. Do we have anything ready this week? No? I mean, I get it, it's Tuesday, but still. Oh, we're going with this story on the front page. It's too juicy to pass up on. We got hit with a damn lawsuit in order to be able to publish this. Of course, considering the... It's interesting how counterproductive this is. The more effort I have to undertake to get that sort of story underway, the more inclined I am to publish it. After all, I already got hit by the lawsuit. Alright, I already had to pay the price. Now, I could have just as well not have gotten hit by the lawsuit, you know, if I didn't try to publish this in the first place. But now that I already did get hit, and I'll beat it anyway, I am significantly more inclined to make that worth it. You know, the sunken cost fallacy, arguably. But I'm gonna publish it no matter what now. Unknown swing set noteworthy. What? Myrtle investigate. Music venue wants live performance. And when you say swing set, you don't mean the playground variety. Dracula now in theater. Oh my goodness. Ronald, go watch this. The new horror movie premiered at the Rocky Theater, or Roxy Theater. Incredible. A new one, a new one. So not Bela Lugosi, but Christopher Lee? Fascinating. Boxing hangs in the ropes. Story about sports defeat. Jan, get on it. As radio cuts ringside profits. Interesting. Interesting. Radio. How's that lawsuit coming along, buddy? Old pal? Loyal, dude? Come on. South Banana is voted national anthem by Congress. Lovely. Maureen, get on it. President Herbert Hoover signed the congressional resolution. Sorry, singing just sounded absolutely on-brand as far as the story was concerned, but alas, that was not the case. Not exactly what happened under the circumstances. All we have are old stories, although admittedly it's just Wednesday. When will this be ready in its entirety? On Wednesday, so today. Same with this, although late Wednesday. Most of these will be ready, relatively some, quite a few will be ready on Wednesday. That's a good sign. How many do we still have to discover? 5 remaining, so we're not doing that poorly. We're doing surprisingly well, things considered. Nothing actionable? Nope. We're mostly doing research now, trying to find those few remaining stories. The abolition of submarines. Right then, Bernard, deal with the submarines. Defeat submarines. France and Japan resisted. Another story. Economy. About the metal market. Chris, you handle this. There's a risk of mobsters, but who cares about mobsters? Fingers crossed! Here comes two mobsters. That's too many mobsters. Copper profits are dropping. And when they say copper, they actually mean the metal. Alright, Henrietta, watch out! Henchmen are coming. The alarm has sounded. And away goes this guy. One bandit dispatched. Hey, Yuda! There we go. Both of them have been dealt with. How marvelous. Alright, more stories. Phoenix March tax spikes. Presumably tax spikes in March in Phoenix, right? I would assume so. Ronald, deal with this. As Phoenix sees taxes on labor... As Phoenix sees taxes on labor flourish. Come on, Weston, read! City service wins. City... I mean, as in... Shouldn't that be a possessive? As in cities? Service wins. Mildred, deal with this. Court dismisses suit to false carrying out of promised offer to stockholders. Sometimes I mess these up because sometimes, sometimes these are poorly written. Sometimes there are problems though. Don't cower in fear, get back to work. Alright, it's Thursday, plenty of stories already. Like this scandalous story about the church. You try and infringe on my First Amendment rights at your own peril, Pope. I think I gotta get a goddamn pop filter back. Ugh. Yeah, it's nice that this doesn't cover my... Oh my god, I've positioned this perfectly. Oh, I can't believe this. You can't actually see the microphone. This is incredible. And yet I'm facing it directly. I found the optimal damn angle and position. Incredible. No one cares. Alright, this is an old story. It combos though. It's got society and inspiring. Yeah, but presumably we have something better, right? Yes, we have a story that has society and inspiring, except it's not old. All of this is old, but we are printing this at the very least. Wellhouse Blaze, that's an alarming story. Not a story about the economy. Cha-ching indeed, it combos. I know it sucks to print old news, but what are you gonna do? I need that. And what else do we want to print? Not the old stories, I presume. In which case... Well, what do we actually go with? Guess we'll just want to combo tags. Only one story remains. It's Thursday. We are about to run out of stuff. We can go for the defeat angle. Doesn't sound that appealing. Yes, collapse everything. What do we have? Politics, economy, politics. Politics, defeat. Entertainment, politics, defeat sports, inspiring story and entertainment, and that's it. That's everything as far as fresh news is concerned. Well, I gotta get the abolition of submarines in there. And other than that, presumably 2 more news and politics. So the new anthem and the hikes, the tax hikes in Phoenix, that's gonna be it. It's just Thursday, we are about to be done. No paper. What do you mean no paper? Henrietta! What are you doing with that paper? Come on. Yeah, you're supposed to feed the machine, that's true. You're also supposed to, you know, take the paper to the telegraph operators. They can't do their reset properly without the paper given paper. They gotta write this stuff down. Trickery in the trophy room. Jan, handle this. Talks of sell-off Talks of sell-off continuous athletic fans. I figured continue as athletic fans do something. What? Trickery in the trophy room. Talks of sell-off continuous athletic fans. I have no idea what that means. And in quite a few circumstances, I have to stop myself and wonder, hold on, is this a clever reference to something I don't know about America? Something historic? Is this a pun? Or is this a typo? Or something along those lines? Makes perfect sense. Actually, some of this stuff may be intentional considering the fact that you actually are supposed to hire someone for the position of the editor. So maybe the headlines are wrong on purpose. Now look, a sports story of defeat. I could print these. No one's stopping me, but that's not what I want in the end, is it? I want fresh stories on politics. I need more paper. Come on, Henrietta. Carry that paper where it belongs. Come on, guys. Give me those government stories. Juicy, juicy politics. No combo here, but that's okay. These things are going to combo very, very soon as I actually get the remaining stories that I do want to print this week. No more news. We're done. We're done on Friday. We have investigated everything. Well, some things might still be investigated, or are they? Mostly they're being typeset and assembled. It's gonna be fine. The abolition of submarines. Cha-ching. Now, I could hypothetically... Will this actually improve my situation? Hold on, 730. No, it'll not. So comboing on defeat is the way to go. That's it. That's what I'm going with. We're done. We're just ready with everything on Friday. There's one more story being worked on. It's being assembled. And that's about it. We're ahead of the curve. It's just gonna be Henrietta carrying boxes. That's it. You know, I would give her that silly resupply thing, but I kinda can't. I have nowhere to put it. Unless I take away plants, which I guess are one of the few things keeping her relatively sane. How fed is the machine? I guess we need a bit more paper. With that being said, she has almost fed it entirely, so that's good. Basically, everyone is idling at this stage. Of course they are. They're done with everything. But the good news is, since they're absolutely done with everything, we can, as they say in the business, hit the ground running next week. We have absolutely everything ready and revving to go. There are no stories left that we need to continue investigating or even typesetting, assembling anything. We can just start fresh next week. Roll the presses. Yes, please, immediately. That's all the stories. Granted, no hot tags and so on, and granted, we still need a bit more paper. Henrietta. Must I do everything myself? As you can see, we needed the ability to print even more. We need the 4th page. And the 4th page we presumably shall get. Roll the presses! I haven't printed any crime story by mistake, have I? I hope not. Education in the chat, 38,650 as per soul. What a beautiful world we live in. Bad politicians are sent to Washington by good people who don't vote. There we go, news item, giving me 2 points of influence. I got him. Sales, no record in sales, I'm sorry. 3 points from the district, nothing from the agenda. Ah yes, print all the mafia stories. You're going to get bonus money. There were no mafia stories. What are you on about? Or was I supposed to actually... What? Have I missed out on anything? Print any mafia stories that appear and you'll get $1,000 for each. I've exhausted all the stories. I was done by Thursday twiddling my thumbs. You gave me nothing. I just sad companies don't attract too many actual customers. Great, yeah. France, I haven't read the entire thing, but this is unacceptable. What was I supposed to print, guys? I've investigated. How dare you? You gave me no bonus money. Advertisements. Nonsense. Maybe I need to have actually unlocked the ability to deal with advertisements. We don't have enough to be able to afford another floor unless we take out a loan, which we can. We're bringing in the big bucks, aren't we? And the only person who've gained experience is Gladys over here. 5 points as a telegrapher. Well done, Gladys. What we have here are no problems whatsoever with communicating. All men can be reached. Hats! Oh my good influence! High society! I hear talk around town you're now printing quality news that might make its rounds into my circles. Hopefully it was not just by chance. We only go by high standards. If you want to walk among the true intelligentsia, that is. Can you prove to me you're truly up to our standards? Avoid sloppy reporting, sloppy production, and old news. Can you do that? No. No, that's my domain. It's my calling card even. I actually don't have enough influence points quite yet to obtain Module 4, which is kinda pathetic. But then again, that's also partially good news, because I don't have the money for that either. But no, that's doubly bad news, isn't it? Whatever. Now, I could therefore save up the influence points to get the 4th page, and that wouldn't be the dumbest of ideas, wouldn't it? After all, I can't really make use of things. I don't have the floor space. So I need to hold off and acquire more money anyway. Unless when losing money isn't a problem. 3 pieces of... we're having the biggest sports event next month, and I need everyone to know about it. What would be even better is if you find some winner stories, get people into it and ready to bet. Getting those pockets itching, and then I mean, winner takes all. So tell you what, this is mandatory. Print 3 pieces of propaganda, and as a reward you'll get $2,000 and 6 influence points. How bent am I? Because this will allow me to print more stories. Yes, more horrible stories. I need 32 points, which means that I need 5 more points. And this guy's offering me 6, just like that. Also, from context over here, it seems that he wants sports stories. I kinda like this. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this ultimately, because on one hand, it's not spelled out directly. So that may be viewed as unpleasant, because you have to actually read the text. But on the other hand, if you pay attention, you know what to expect. And I like to pay attention. And I like when paying attention is rewarded. Or perhaps I just like it when people are punished for not paying attention. Okay, who wants sports? A bombshell? Oh no. Investigative stories, gossip, gruesome, tragic. Politics, defeat, alarming. No one wants sports? Gruesome, alarming, defeat. At least 2 things for now. This is too complicated. Economy and politics, but I want to print on sports. Well, I can have to print on sports. Alarming stories are most likely to be found as far as crime and economy are concerned. Well, I would have to print on 3 topics, which I can, and presumably will. So that would be politics, sports, and either crime or economy. Fine, we're going with Lyndhurst and the sports stories of propaganda. All right. We need to focus on politics. We need to be brave enough for politics. And then there's either the crime or the economy. I think we need to go for sports as well. Those silly mafia stories, propaganda stories are going to be under the sports banner. But first, let's clear out all the politics stories. Actually, if we're going to print on politics, we might as well bring the politics we already have to the table. I know, that's largely garbage, that's old news, no one cares, but I'll put them there temporarily. Do the research. Henrietta, deal with the paper situation. How are we doing on coal? Ha ha ha! Saloon churches. I'm sorry, what? Educational. And we get 4 influence points for this. Also, we need to go with both of these. Oh, I see. It's a hopeful story. Not exactly what we're looking for, but we'll go with it anyway. Alright, who's an expert on society? And we also need someone on politics. Chris, you go with the society angle. Liquor only sold by priests. They're the best ones to judge. Interesting indeed. Sacramental wine and all that. Curious approach indeed. Ronald, why don't you have a gander? Actually, I need you for sports. Bernard, you deal with the Denver Irish Church. Alright, so you go over there and then you need to converge on this little thing. Research is being conducted. Yes, on Monday. No handouts. Of course, politics and defeat. I think I'm going to have to send Ronald. Deal with it. 12 hours. Opportunity will arise when looking, says. When looking, says Chicago's mayor. I think the misprints might be on purpose. Funds mysteriously vanished. I'm not sure it's that much of a scandal? Offensive? What other tags does it have? Alarming, economy, unrest. Oh, people of Lyndhurst want something to be alarming. Oh, and we're preparing the defeat tag anyway. Oh, this is beautiful. It's not even the propaganda, it's all true. Someone seems to have misappropriated the funds. Wasn't me. Alright then, we need someone who can deal with society. That's going to be Maureen. Please go to the Detroit part office. You mean the Detroit party office? Local political part, you mean party, misses 20% of money. Where did the money go? What happened? Alright, Charlotte or Mildred? Mildred, go see the party office archives. You said it spell right? Yeah. Obtain key information. Financial books of last year show meddling with the numbers. Cooking the books? My goodness, that doesn't sound right. No kidding. Confessional beaten at Congress floor. I'm sorry, what? No, congressional, not confessional. I'm sorry, what beaten? Congressional beaten at Congress floor? You mean congressman? We need an editor. Charlotte, go find out what on earth this is supposed to be about. Contractor, this is bad. Yeah, and in some cases, presumably, I'm absolutely not dealing with misprints, just with particular terms I'm unfamiliar with and so on. Which will presumably sting when I review the footage. Thank you. Thanks for the... Yeah. Trying to feed the beast over here, Henrietta. Thank you for the actually delivering the paper where it belongs. A lot of more paper. Here come the general. Oh, we can. Oh, hold on. Let's pause, and further action can be taken on these items. Town hall. That's cute. Hold on. Please don't show this message ever again. $2 and I'm going to need someone who can deal with politics. That one's about society. No, that's also politics. Wait, hold on. What? No, this is society. Right, and that one's politics. Thankfully, very different. Alright, so Jan can go over here, deal with the society aspect at the town hall. The bootleggers of today are the saloon crowd of yesterday, says Father John. An educational story that will net me 4 influence points just for dealing with this. Sensational. Right, how are we doing here, Charlotte? 3 hours left to figure out who on earth got punched in Congress. 20 hours. Yes, to deal with the church thing. What about this scandal? 2 hours. 2 hours until we can... Oh my goodness. Print an offensive story about a scandal. Okay, unlocked and... Who can deal with politics? Ronald? Bernard? Someone. Right, a crime story. Warehouse blaze sparks economic woes. Again. we have a serious decision to make here. We can either go with an alarming economy story or the crime in society. What are we going with? Politics. Well, that doesn't help. Yes, we are also going with an alarming story. On what? What is our alarming story? We are going for the economy angle currently. So if we want to be alarmists, we should be alarmists about the economy. Right. So let's go to the factory headquarters. I'm going to need someone who's got skills as far as the economy is concerned. Dennis, you're great at crime, but we're not doing crime. So you'll have to adapt. Recovery long and arduous. We're at the brink of bankruptcy, says whoever the hell. Ronald, I'm going to need you here. I need someone who can navigate this scandal. Come on, man, hand it in. Okay, Bernard, hear it. This is all money. I didn't take any money, says head of party. Yeah, I bet you didn't. Look, I'm just asking over here. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to establish the facts. The fact of the matter is it's gone. What happened to it? Ballpark madness. Propaganda story on sports. You bet, Ronald, deal with this. Go to Miami's baseball training park and find out what on earth is going on. Miami baseball team on a rolling streak. Excellent, we will unlock something. Yep, it still needs paper. Come on. She's carrying that paper and she loaded it. Well done, Henrietta. Yay! Magnificent. Magnificent. How are we doing? It's just Tuesday. We only have 11 stories to go. I think we're doing just fine and dandy. Oh, I can see it now. This is gonna be front page. Absolutely front and center. Oh, Nelly. Such a wonderful, delightful, delectable scandal. And we're going to couple that with the church scandal story. Top it off with no handouts. Now, what do we have here? What do we have here? Crime. No propaganda here. Horrific axe murders. Myrtle, this is your sort of thing. Your ballpark, your wheelhouse. Small town is plagued by a series of terrifying murders. Figure it out. Action available. Okay, well, we need our sports correspondents available in order to be able to handle this. Any one of you, any day now. Jan or Ronald, presumably Ronald. Jan, you'll do fine, I guess. You'll do just fine. Get on it. Sounds like a safe team to bet on for me, says local gambler. I, for one, believe the local man. What do we have here? Local town square. I mean, we could hypothetically send Charlotte over there, but surely someone's more no, Charlotte's available. Residents live in constant fear of the unknown assailant. It'll creep me out, yeah, I know. 16 hours, just figure out what you can. All experts are currently in the field. USA sweeps America zone. No idea what that is. International lawn tennis challenge continues versus France. Gallant to win again? No sports correspondents available. Are we out of a particular brand of story? We're out of politics, not brave enough for politics. Well, what are we going for then? Sports? Let's roll with that, I guess. Alarming stories are like, well, we should also presumably focus on the economy. 8 stories left. We shall see what we can actually publish. Ooh, the saloon churches are almost done. What about this, though? It's on its way. Soon enough, it will be typeset. We're doing just fine. The only thing we are lagging on, I guess, is feeding the beast. Yes, I actually filling my beloved printer with paper. But that's Henrietta's job. Thankless, but I mean, what can I do? All right, what do we get? What do we get? Politics poster. +1 to politics. That's lovely. I can hang that on a wall, and walls are one thing I kinda still have at my disposal. So let's roll with that. Right, you get a buff. And you get a buff. Also, a lot of you know, you don't get a buff. You do not get a buff because I can't. Yes! Okay, can this go a bit down? Yes, it can. Clearly and obviously, every time you can post it as low as you can, I guess. Okay, and +1 to you. Hooray! I obviously have the money, so why not buff them as much as I possibly can? Let's actually review my staff for kicks. How great are you? Bernard has got 6 points in politics at this stage. My goodness. That man is brave enough politics. Maureen over here, 5 points in politics. Gonna do just fine. Mildred at 4. Will be fine. Fine. Alright then. So here's a wonderful story of congressional defeat. What do we post alongside? This presumably goes on the front page. Ah! The failures of Congress. We have our own separate category. You might as well just put it on page 2. 2 stories on failure in politics. Here are the saloon churches. And of course there's this. This little gold mine. This little wonderful story that we are also focusing on. 10 more hours. Yes, and I'll need one more story to go with that. I might as well combo the sports defeat story with those politics defeat stories. We are just on Wednesday, we're doing just fine, although there are still 8 stories left to be discovered. I've said, plane of football coach Rockney crashed. Reports of a big plane crash just came in. Notre Dame head football coach boarded that plane in Kansas City to fly to Los Angeles. He just led the Fighting Irish team to the national championships. He is revered around the country. This is a big story we need to go and investigate. Right, gotcha. Sports. We gotta investigate sports. Sports is the thing. Ignore the economy. Focus on sports. Guys, our sports correspondents. Okay, we need to go to the crash site, to the airfield hangar, and to the University of Notre Dame. Bernard, go to the crash site. Brilliant Notre Dame football coach Knut Rockney, 43, is killed with 7 others. How could this have happened? Alright then, can you, okay, so that's our sports correspondent. We need the society angle. We need another sports correspondent as well. Society, who's an expert on society over here? Maureen, you could deal with the economy. Yeah, Maureen, deal with the society aspect. We're gonna get sued. I don't care. It's worth it. Whoa! 4 lawsuits. Oh, I'll take this lawsuit if it's the cost of telling the truth. That's the spirit, Maureen. Myrtle, go to the university. How will Mr. Rockney be remembered? An absolute legend. Okay, we need to complete all 3 of those stories to unlock the hot tag, so we can benefit in all the sports stories that we print this week. It will be a huge price to pay, though, considering. Gallant to win again. Well, we can. This is a propaganda story we kind of have to print. We'll have to deal with a lawsuit. That's one thing. And another thing is I need my sports correspondence post haste because I have a sports story right here available. So Ronald, get your buns over here. I need you out in the stables. Come on, chop chop. Ronald, please. Ronald, don't do this to me. It's Thursday. Ronald! Sports stories popping up. Green Bay Packers star lost. Gossip story on sport. Ronald, please. And what do we have here? A triumphant story on sport. I don't know. This is the propaganda story that deals with statistics. We have to solve this. We are obligated to. The mob is gonna be angry if we don't. Jan, deal with this. I know you don't have the skills necessary, whatever. Deal with it. Excellent. Horse race season about to start again. Can't wait. Alright. How about this? We need Ronald. He needs to be back. It's Thursday already. This is worrying. Might as well go for the story that doesn't require a bribe yet. Boxing all day. Risk of injury. Ronald, are you up for it? It's a propaganda story, we have to go for it. Okay, Ronald. This might knock you out, but we need the scoop. What happened to Ronald? Nothing! He's fine. Ring the bell. Big boxing venue next week. Lots of betting options. That's my man. Guy could have been severely injured. But he wasn't. And that's what matters. Okay, we're out of sports stories. That's it. Focus on the economy next. 5 stories left. Once we have someone who can actually deal with sports, we can possibly cover this. I'm not sure we have enough slots to deal with this nonsense anyway. So that's something to review. Toss out the old stories. Put this on the front page. I mean, we are not passing up on a golden tag. Come on, it's a scandal. It's incredible. It combos with this, which gives me 4 influence points. That's also something we are not passing up on. All those sports stories, yeah, we'll print them. Maybe even the old ones, but we need to focus on the propaganda ones we were supposed to print, remember? So, yeah, pay attention to those. This is possibly one more of these. So, what happened? Green Bay Packers star lost. Well, how did that happen? We don't know. And we are here to ask questions. Okay, Bernard, I kinda need you. You know a thing or two about sports, if barely. We need to send you over there to investigate. I presumably just need to buy more items to boost the performance, although I'm running out of... Yes, sports is this week's hot topic. Excellent. Unlocked. Go away. Come on, Bernard. Bernie? Old buddy, old pal? Please, hand in your report. I have your next assignment. Can't wait. Dude. Please, Bernard. There we go. Arnie Herbert stuck in toilet at halftime. Oh no. What do we have here? Ha ha ha. The betting office, huh? See, propaganda. Myrtle, handle this. Sandy and Gallant Fox are your best bet. We need an actual bona fide editor out there. Triumphant sports story. Well, I need my sports correspondent, Ronald. Ronald, old buddy, old pal, hand in your report. I've got something for you to cover. Urgently. Please. Dude. Come on. I know there's a new story. Oh, whatever. New story, new story, new story. On what? Where? Economy! Economic unrest. Yeah, who can handle this? Chris, deal with this. Anger dominates local economic legislation. I see. Ronald? Ronnie? Buddy? Okay, fine. No, I want Ronald. It will take a brief bit longer for him to hand in his report, but he's... Well, now that I've waited for Ronald, I'm kind of commit... There we go. Ronald, deal with this. 12 hours. In 35... Capella beats Marshall in chess in 35 moves in the Almac tournament. Excellent. Don't focus on the economy. 4 stories left, and it's Friday. We are running out of time, but we have all these stories which are hot that deal with sports. Okay, first of all, the propaganda piece we are supposed to print for the Mafia. Second of all, more propaganda pieces that we are supposed to print for the Mafia. All, you know, horses' heads and all those sorts of things. Wouldn't want those. Sports gossip stories. Here are stories and politics and defeat. Who cares? Alright, the good people of Lyndhurst care. And if I don't print at least one of these stories, they're going to be severely miffed. Well, tell you what. Here's a nice little spot. One of these stories is going to combo pretty well. So let's put it there. It combos, and I can leave this for sports. Right. Well, all of this needs to be handled. None of them will be overrunning, so that's great. But I need to print a hot tag. Come on now. This is old news with a hot tag. So yes, some stories are still being worked on, some stories are yet to be discovered. So we're not doing that well, I guess. And paper needs to be put in the printer by someone out there. But other than that, we're doing just fine. Quarantine at Harbor. A police fine? That's fine. Jan, take one for the team. Oh, $2,000 fine. That is not fine. 51 ships are waiting in the harbor for more news. I'm not sure that's gonna pay for itself. I don't think that news item... I don't think we're going to even print that news item. I should have skipped it, I think. Yeah, I don't have to go for every single news story out there. That's stupid. Oh, look, another news story. Well, if this time we'll... Okay, Dennis, deal with this. Vault remains impenetrable. Quick response from law enforcement prevents a daring bank robbery. You gotta get rid of some of these stories. You don't have to investigate every single thing you can. It's pointless, especially if you're not going to print it, and you know you're not going to print it. Here are the lawsuits. Oh boy. Process them. Wait. Oh, it's not ready yet. Fair enough. Sports stories. Sports stories of defeat. Actually don't have enough pages. So much sport. So few pages. Risk of mobsters. No! We're skipping this. We're skipping this. There's no point investigating that. The last thing I need are mobsters on our premises. Entertainment news. Wedding announcement. Chris, deal with this. Miss Bainbridge was married to Mrs. George. curious. We could print this, but it doesn't combo with anything, so we won't. Not a politics defeat story. It would be lovely, but we're printing the hot tag mostly. 21 hours for this to be typeset and then assembled. Sports and society. Yeah, the second page is gonna be the mishmash, so I guess sports and society goes here. Just comboing on sport. And then the third propaganda piece on sport is going to go here. I'm not gonna skip these two items on the front page. That would be rather silly of me. I could hypothetically replace this. Well, that would be a bold move. Yes, it would be, but then again, I am desperately running out of time. Now that is indeed a brilliant combo, isn't it? There's just one problem with it. I have to print this. Or I'm going to have a misadventure with the Mafia again. I know, I kinda need to assemble this. Some assembly required. And where do I even cram that? Oh, how about we replace this old story on sports? Even though they combo on 2 tags, so that's kinda awesome. No sports gossip available. I mean, I could keep a gossip story for next week as well, and if I don't want the horse's head in bed with me, I'd better print this. Alright. Will you lose gossip? Whatever. It's fresh. This ultimately is below 10k. You know, I could refuse to print this on the front page. My goodness, I could refuse to print this. But at what cost? Consider this. What if I cram the hot tag instead of the worst story I have on offer? So this one. No. Guess what? They would rather have these stories fit. So despite this being a hot tag, what if I take a fresh one though? Huh. It's the same. So I lose the combo entirely, but on the other hand, it's a hot tag, so it evens out. And I get to keep a politics story of defeat, should I need a story on defeat. But then again, I might as well need a triumphant story, who knows. It's hard to predict these things. Then again, if I need a story on defeat, I have 2 politics stories of defeat I can combo with one another in the future, if need be. Yes, but I don't think I'm skipping these stories. This one gives me 4 influence points on its own, and this one has an abundance of tags, 6 of them, including the scandal tag. With the offensive tag is a negative one. Oh dear. This will negatively impact my sales. Well, what if I replace this with sports? Forget about it. No, that's horrible. No, print the offensive story. I could have censored it, I guess. But where's the fun in that? Anything here I could have comboed with? No, we don't have statistics anywhere else. It's the defeat. No, I think this is the best I could do. Of course, I need more paper. 489. Henrietta. And let's order more paper. Also, I guess, roll the presses. It's the best I could have done. I do need another page though, desperately! I did print all the propaganda, right? Fairly confident I did. 48,850 newspapers sold. Not a record, but it's good enough. Whose agenda are they pushing? Oh, come on, stop noticing propaganda in my newspaper. Sports at its best, at its most human, is able to inspire an innocence and joy that is unique to each of us. 13 points of influence. Fall within news items. 0 for record sales because we didn't have record sales. 3 for the district and 6 for the hidden agenda. Plus 2K from the hidden agenda. $31,646. We can get the next floor. Ding, ding, ding! Lyndhurst is ours, 3 points of influence. I've had my neighbors talk about sports and betting, just like I wanted. He's happy, I get the influence, everyone's happy. Yeah, I gotta pay up whatever I can still afford another floor. And of course, all these people have gained additional bits of experience here and there. For which I am eternally grateful. Or at the very least temporarily. Yes, 3 places I can hypothetically try to get things out. Oh boy. My mother used to always make me 2 pastrami sandwiches for school. I would eat one and use the other to bribe my classmates. This week in court I have 2 witnesses that really need to be telling some alternative stories. Print 3 lies. This is not optional and get $3,000 and 6 influence points. I mean, I'm going to be able to print a lot more, so I might as well squeeze in a couple of lies here and there. I'm not sure I'll have any place for the truth. Another printer module. Excellent. It also buffs assembling. Inexplicably enough. What do you mean it buffs assembling? If I put the printer module next to an assembly machine, they assemble stuff faster? I mean, I guess I could put these things together, but oh my goodness, my staff would complain so understandably and heavily. I don't think I'd have the heart. Though it is compelling. How about I get that alarm light? I can hang it off the ceiling. That's one of the few things I can actually still do. How about I help my lawyer dude to buff his lawyering skills? He's gonna need those, considering all the lawsuits I'm going to incur because of all the lines I'm about to print. He does need that statue of Lady Liberty, though. Alright, what do I want to play for? We are going to have to print lies. 2 witnesses. Presumably it's going to have to be crime again. Alarming stories and defeat, plus gruesome stories. So crime or entertainment, crime or economy, and politics or sport. How about crime, politics? Let's go with these guys. I'm a bit behind, but that'll do. Also, I already have 2 out of 3, so I just need a gruesome story, and worst case scenario, I can just reprint what I already have in my drawers. Shelved. Or tabled, I guess, if you prefer that sort of nomenclature. Or nomenclature. Well then. A lot of things will need to get done, plenty of expenses will have to be incurred, and I'll have to basically remodel this entire place. But it's gonna be worth it, because guess what? I got another page module, and more pages shall be printed. You know, maybe I should put the output machine all the way up there and the input machine down here alongside the assembly folk. Either way, I am getting the next floor. Well, yeah, if I do it like this, I'll basically be forced to improvise a bit. Can it only go down or something? Oh, you can't just connect it directly like that. Gotcha, I get it. Okay, fair enough. Now, with this setup, annoying though it may be, I have just completely managed to forget why I was doing what I was doing and set up 3 pages instead of adding the 4th one. But worry not, for things do come back to me eventually. Okay, so that's it. The input, page 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the output. Glorious. Now, people will only have to go upstairs. In the extremely rare and unfortunate circumstance of actually requiring some maintenance work over there. You know, I can position it like that, but that will not help. If I put it here, the stairs are going to go up to the exact same spot, just from a different direction. Yes, but on the other hand, I may possibly be able... No, there's no good way of doing this, is there? Actually, no, I can put a wall between this and other places. Yes, it'll separate this bit of space that I can dedicate to whatever. Oh, presumably I'll dedicate it to heating. And actually, power generation. I'll put the generator over here, presumably. Then there can be the module over there. Some other things here and there. This rack. I'm not buying myself that much space, am I? Though I should buy myself the tiniest bit of space, I guess. Most space for production crew on this floor should be acquired. Oh, I'm going to have to remodel this profoundly. I'll work on that. 4th page and a new floor. The serpentine path of the printer belt foreshadows my office's fate. Further renovations are in order as I desperately try to squeeze out every bit of utility I can from every bit of space I have. To witness the glory of my quad-page periodical, watch the next issue of this playthrough. Thanks for watching thus far, and you will see me elsewhere.